All right. And Miss Cyntoia Brown, she was just granting clemency due to the governor of Tennessee, Bill Haslam. And, this is a lot of people in the NAACP groups, and the American Civil Liberation Groups Union was very excited about this. And, backstory of a Cyntoia Brown, she was a sexual abuse relationship when she was 16 years old by her boyfriend named Cutthroat. And her boyfriend used to just sell her into sex and prostitution. Now, Johnny Allen, and at a particular time in Tennessee, was a 43-year-old male, white male, and he wanted to have sex with her. And based on her knowledge, when she was there, she didn't want to, to give in to him, and she wanted to go home. She was a minor. This dude was just way older than her, and then she didn't want to do it. And then you can easily go in here and to explain to the fact that, well, Cyntoia Brown shouldn't put herself in that situation, but she was 16. She didn't know any better. She didn't know what was going on. She just wanted to make things work. I mean, she ran away from home from her adopted parents. In this particular time, she was battling with a lot of issues, and she really had no choice. Now, I do believe that, if she would have had a good family structure, then maybe she would have to put herself in that situation and develop relationships with people that would take advantage of her and her purity. But she was just in the hotel room, and decided not to do what she wanted to do, and she felt like her life was threatened when the man got very agitated and angry and wanted to pull out a gun, but she pulled out a gun and shot him in the back of his head and ran. And she served some time. She served like at least 15 years back in 2004, I believe. She was 16 years old. She just about to get out. She's 30 years old now at this particular time. And she wanted clemency. And clemency pretty much is a criminal investigation is granted by the Justice Department. It's usually formed through an executive group, and it's just extended mercy. And it's only through like people who have convicted with federal crimes, and you only get permission through the governor. So give her clemency, extended it, and she's supposed to projectly to get out of prison from August 7th. And in that particular time, she's actually she's working on her bachelor's degree. She received her associate's degree, and I'm not sure what she was studying, but she really had this inspiration that she doesn't want any young women, okay, to be fall into victim in the same boat she was in. And then the fact that she wants to change, she wants to be that good reinformed. So the Women International Law Group was really rejoicing in this particular time. And I think this is really a win, for the community as well, black community, or you want to say the Hispanic community. She looked more Hispanic, but in the criminal justice system, it makes me wild back. Last week we talked about how biased it can be, but you do, if you have some good righteous people and someone that's one to join into this case. I think this is a great thing. Praising to that he has something in his heart to actually give this woman a chance. Now they felt like she was gonna serve life in prison. She was gonna be there until she was 60 years old. Till she was 60 years old without parole. That thought they would be too harsh. But people like Kim Kardashian, Jada Pinkett Smith, Viola Davis was very ecstatic, man, about this decision from the governor, because he didn't really have to do this. And so she was pleading, she was changing her life around, and maybe she could be an inspiration for this. And it makes me think about Savante Clark, who was running for mayor of Sacramento. I hope he becomes very successful in his behalf. Just that we can turn our difficulties into something positive. And that's what I pretty much learned throughout my whole Impact Conference, man, that no matter what you go through, like, it will get better. But you have to be able to channel your energy to something that's productive, that you're going to have a monkey wrench thrown into your life. It's going to be some things that's out of your control, but with God and you're pursuing righteousness and you're doing right, you will get better. You have people like Joseph, man. There's a lot of people who was in prison to change their life and was part of God's plan. Joseph, he was in prison for 2 years, something that he didn't do. You have Paul. He was in prison. I mean, he was beheaded. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Mark and these people, these disciples that walked with Christ were killed. But, now they're rejoicing in heaven, because at the end of the day, they had a motivation like, well, suffer now, but live eternally forever, with my Heavenly Father. And I just feel like, with the Cyntoia Brown situation, it could be very scary. I do believe that everyone should defend themselves, and someone that's just so vulnerable and to these extreme situations, just from men, just acting on this pedophilia is ridiculous, man. So it needs to be addressed. But with this, I think this is a good thing. This is a win. And that's how I feel. I mean, some people might disagree with this, sit up here and say like, well, you can ask for forgiveness on your dead pimp. But hey, at the end of the day, I think this is a good thing. I mean, she can change from her ways and continuously to move forward and be that spark. You know, at least be that statistic of someone that changing their life around that other people can look after too. So that's how I feel about the situation, man. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe. Cyntoia Brown. It's where you continuously to do better, and yeah, you know, just do the right thing, man. That's it. I'm out. Deuces.